fast to grow in the spirit, to have God in me, to go closer to God, and then change from the things that are not good or the bad things.
The number one reason why I fast is to get a deeper relationship with my God. And then the other reason is to strengthen my spiritual growth as a Christian. And then the other also reason, the third reason why I fast is to get answers quickly from God.
I fast because I want to get closer to God. And when I fast, I hear God's voice more clearly, and I get closer to Him much more than the usual days. So once in a while I do a fast so that I don't lose the contact or the relationship that I have with God.
As we journey with the Lord in the season of Lent, we want to reflect a bit on fasting. What does the church say about fasting? To talk about this, I'd like to take you back to the early church. And in the early church, there were two types of fasts. There was one they called the statio. Statio means to stand in vigil, to watch, or to keep watch. And the statio, or the fast called the statio, which was a total fast, was meant to be a preparation for celebrations. So, for example, if we have the celebration of a solemnity of the Lord or a feast of the Lord, you decide to fast the day before, the whole day, towards the feast of the Lord. It's not as common today as it used to be, but the statio was also used during the period of Lent, where we fasted for 40 days and 40 nights towards the celebration of the Easter festivities. Now, the other type of fast is what they call the abstinence, where you abstain from a particular type of food because you want to discipline yourself. You want to learn self-control. It's not an official one. It's a personal thing that we do. And that's what we now call abstinence. So in the Catholic Church, we have fasting and abstinence. Now, what does it mean when we say fasting? The traditional understanding of fasting is that you fast from food and drink. So if you are fasting, for example, you decide that on this particular day, I am not eating food. That's the proper fast. Now, with the fasting from food and drink, the church says that you can take one meal a day instead of the 3 square meals. Now, initially, they were taking the meal at the end of the day. Somewhere in the history of the church, it was brought to 3 p.m. and then in some places to 12 midday. But modern times, we've gone back to eating the meal at the end of the day. So you begin your fast without food and you break it in the evening. Let's say 6 p.m., you break your fast. And then the church expects that as you fast, you pray. It is not enough to just abstain from food, to stay away from food throughout the day. One needs to add prayer to it, so that as you are denying yourself, you're opening your heart to the grace of God. You're opening your heart to the Spirit of God. Another interesting thing from a personal experience is that at the end of the day, when the fast is over, there's a certain joy, inner peace, normally, which means that we have denied the flesh and we have given the Spirit the opportunity to take more control of our lives and draw us closer to God in this experience of the fast.